Batesville can do it. Give them a call, 870-569-1198, or stop by their store at 869 Batesville Boulevard. Bobcat of Batesville. One tough animal.
Hello, it's Tony Keenel with Purcell Tire. When it's time to service your ride, our staff at Purcell is here to give you an honest job at a fair price. Whether you have a heavy-duty truck, light truck, or passenger vehicle, we can handle it all. Plus, Purcell does light truck and heavy-duty alignments. We're also home to competitive pricing on big truck tires and the lowest price around on quality Michelin tires. Call 972-TIRE and visit us at Purcell Tire and Service Center at Parker and Caraway in Jonesboro.
Your perfect Easy-Go golf car is waiting for you today at NEA Golf Cars in Paragould. Easy-Go Golf Cars is the #1 selling golf car in the world. And right now, enjoy special introductory pricing for all in-stock models with prices starting as low as $79.99. And with brand new packages and styling, NEA Golf Cars has an Easy-Go for everyone. Get yours today at NEA Golf Cars, 5828 Highway 49 South in Paragould. Call 870-236-GOLF and visit NEAGolfCars.com.
Thank you to our Glensane family. Thank you for taking us with you for those long days and late nights that often go unnoticed. Thank you for helping make kids' dreams become realities while guiding them to become future leaders. Thank you for going the extra mile, caring for the kids, and treating them like your very own. Thank you to our educators for choosing Glensane for 70 years.
Air ball on the long 2 try. A-State comes out with the Todd. Streaking past everybody. Throws it down with a big left hand.
Wrapping things up here on the Centennial Bank pregame show from the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. Matt Stiltz continuing to get you ready for the Sun Belt Championship game tonight as the Arkansas State Red Wolves are in the championship for a second year in a row, this time looking for a different result as they take on the Trojans of Troy. Before we do anything else, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on all of our stations, including our flagship home, 107.9 K-Fine in Jonesboro. You're listening to Red Wolves basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Your home for Red Wolves basketball. 107.9 KFIN Jonesboro. Listen to K-Fine wherever you go on the EAB Media Group app. Powered by More Air Conditioning.
That's going to do it for the Centennial Bank pregame show here in Pensacola. We'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off when we return. Stay tuned. A-State and Troy are coming up next. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get it. Good hustle, good hustle. 2 things. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. All right? Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
At Our Best Bank, we believe in the power of community. That's why we recognize, serve, and support communities of all kinds. From small towns to big cities, business startups to large companies, young families to seniors, and those with shared backgrounds and interests. We value your contributions and are proud to work alongside you because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Our Best Bank. We believe.
Are you craving a dining experience that combines delectable flavors, a welcoming ambiance, and exceptional service? Look no further than Houlihan's in Jonesboro. From sizzling steaks and mouth-watering burgers to fresh salads and savory seafood, our diverse menu has something for everyone. Whether it's a business lunch, a cozy dinner date, or a lively gathering, Houlihan's is the place to be. So come over to Houlihan's in Jonesboro, located next to the Embassy Suites Red Wolf Convention Center and across from Centennial Bank Stadium, where great food and great times await you.
How do you create a tradition of leadership? You power it with impressive towing and hauling, sharpen it with smart features like a mobile generator, and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence. Only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available features. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
It's game time on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, official health insurer for A-State Athletics. Take good care, Arkansas. Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Unico Bank, your homegrown bank. Farmers Union Insurance, a proud sponsor of Red Wolves basketball. For questions, visit FUMIC.com or contact your local agent. Malco Theaters. Enroll for Malco Marquee Rewards at Malco.com or the Malco app. Greenway Equipment. Explore the possibilities today at GoGreenway.com. Now it's time for tip-off. Let's head to our high troll broadcast position.
And we welcome you inside the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. Max Gultz with you as we are just moments away from our Sun Belt Conference Championship game between the Arkansas State Red Wolves and the Trojans of Troy. Two teams that have seemingly been on a collision course, split their two meetings during the regular season. The road team taking each contest, and now they meet here in Pensacola. The winner will move on to the NCAA tournament. A-State trying to get there for the first time since 1999 and just the second time in program history. Taking a look at the starting lineups this evening, brought to you as always by Calmer Solutions. They're providing IT services for the modern workforce and the technology and expertise to help you succeed. For the Trojans of Troy, who come in winners of 5 in a row, 7 of their last 8. Scott Cross will start in the backcourt. Tayton Connerway, the senior and Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. Connerway averaging a shade over 14 points a game. Also in the backcourt, Miles Rigsby, 6'6", 190, a sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, averaging 12 points and 4 rebounds per game. Thomas Dowd also gets a start for Troy. Troy, 6'8", 225, a sophomore from Dothan, Alabama, averaging 10 points and 7 rebounds. Marcus Rigsby will also get the start, 6'3", 203, a junior from Fort Worth, Texas, averaging 7 points a game. And rounding out the starting 5 for Scott Cross's Trojans, it's Jackson Fields, 6'8", 210. He's a junior from Missouri City, Texas. For Brian Hodson's Red Wolves, who come in with a school record 24 wins. They're 24-9 on the season. They've won 5 in a row, and like Troy, James Madison, and South Alabama, they were able to win a share of the Sun Belt Conference regular season title. In the backcourt for the Red Wolves, we'll see Taryn Todd get the start. Todd, first team All-League selection, 6'4", 177. A senior from Vaughan, Ontario, averaging 15 points a game to go along with 5 rebounds. Also in the backcourt, Joseph Pinion will get the start. Pinion, 6'5", 200-pound junior from Morrilton, averaging 14 points a game in conference play. He had a career-high 23 points in last night's win against South Alabama. Rounding out the backcourt, it's Terrence Ford. Ford, 6'1", 177, the redshirt sophomore point guard who led the league in conference play in both assist and assist-to-turnover ratio. Getting the start in the backcourt, and he had a really good couple of games against Troy in the regular season. He finished with averages of 16.5 points and 6.5 assists in those 2 games. Kobe Julian gets the start in the front court, 6'6", 217. He's a redshirt senior from Baton Rouge, averaging 12 points and 6 boards. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Red Wolves, it's Isaiah Nelson, 6'10", 218, a junior from Atlanta, averaging a shade over 10 points and a team best 9 rebounds a game. He had 14 points, 14 rebounds against Troy in the last meeting, that coming back on February the 19th. Thrilled you're with us. Tip-off brought to you by D.R. Horton, America's largest home builder. Find your community, find your home at drhorton.com. And the tip-off goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to Troy. So the Trojans will have the basketball first. Troy, the designated home team, as they're the 3 seed. Red Wolves, the 4 seed. The designated visitors, as Troy's wearing their white jerseys, white trunks with cardinal red and black trim. A-State, the black jerseys tonight, black trunks, scarlet and white trim. And driving down the middle of the lane, Connerway with the runner, won't go. Rebound goes to Thomas Dowd, and Troy will reset. Now driving right side of the lane, this is Miles Rigsby. Tried to hook it underneath to Thomas Dowd. It was intercepted by Joseph Pena. Here come the Red Wolves on their first possession. Ford lobs it to Isaiah Nelson. He got up in the air and the ball was broken up. Thomas Dowd able to come out with it. He has the deflection, and here comes Troy. No score, 45 seconds in. A-State and their man defense. Now Connerway jump stops middle of the lane, blanketed by Terrence Ford. Now Dowd will hand it off to Connerway, driving right side. Shot too hard off the window, and Connerway was fouled on the way up, so he's got 2 shots coming. Taking Connerway, the Burleson, Texas native and Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. Go to the stripe here. He's wearing a scarlet or a cardinal red, number 12 on the back of that white jersey. Averaged a shade over 14 points to go along with 5 rebounds a game in the regular season. First shot for Connerway, up and through. Connerway sporting a white headband tonight. Second shot coming up here for Tatum Connerway. A 66% foul shooter on the season. It is up and no good. Rimmed out, rebound Red Wolves. Joseph Pinion able to come down with it. Here comes A-State. Red Wolves faithful out in full force tonight. They're on their feet until A-State gets their first points. Terrence Ford hooks a bounce feed, left block to Nelson. He goes up and gets blocked. Troy coming back the other way. Now Connerway gives top of the circle to Miles Rigsby. Left side to Dowd for 3. He's able to knock it down. Thomas Dowd, a 31% three-point shooter on the season, puts Troy on top 4-0. Come the Red Wolves. Karen Todd left side. Works the dribble onto the wing. Now hoist up the 3. No good off the back iron. Backside rebound controlled by the Trojans. 18-20 remains first half. Connerway gives left side. Now top of the circle to Fields for 3. Misses long. Rebound controlled by the Red Wolves. Karen Todd came down with it. He's pushing it back into the front court. Dribbles right side. Now right side of the lane. Shot off the window. Goes. Terran Todd gives A-State its first point to the ball game. They're on the board 2 minutes in. A-State trailing it 4-2. We'll see Marcus Rigsby, brother of fellow starter Miles Rigsby, work it across the timeline. Dowd gives left corner over to Miles Rigsby. He's guarded by Kobe Julian, the 7th-year senior. A fantastic defender, the team leader in steals. Now Connerway spins. His reverse layup goes off the right side. Taking Connerway puts Troy on top 6-2. 2.5 minutes in here in Pensacola. Sun Belt Championship game. Julian drives left side. Shot off the window. Goes. Kobe drove from the left wing. He pulled up from about 8 feet. Able to get it to go off the window. And A-State back to within 2 at 6-4. Now Connerway works it into the front court. Driving right side of the lane. Rigsby able to lay it home. Marcus Rigsby able to get the shot to go. Now A-State trying to push it back. Kobe Julian driving the length of the floor. Had it knocked out of his hands. And we're going to get a foul on Troy. Thomas down for his first. First foul called against the Trojans. Inbound underneath their own bucket. Trailing at 8-4. Get it in right side to Nelson in the corner. The 3 ball by Todd misses short, but the backside rebound goes down to Pinion. Red Wolves reset forward. Right corner to Todd for 3. No good. Missed it short. Backside rebound controlled by Troy. Here come the Trojans. 16:40 remains. Opening half here in Pensacola. Now taking Connerway. Bottom of the logo, driving left side. Kicks it middle of the lane to Jackson Fields. He goes up and gets fouled. Stops play 3.5 minutes in. This foul looks to be against Joseph Pinion. No, get Julian for the foul. So his first, team second. We'll see Jackson Fields at the stripe. He's shooting 2. Fields, the 6'8" junior from Missouri City, Texas. Fields, really great athlete. Multiple Division I offers to play wide receiver. First shot was no good for Jackson Fields. Second shot is up and through. Troy leading at 9-4 now. A-State pushing it back. Taryn Todd working it left side onto the wing. Give it to Kobe Julian. Julian faces the basket. He's guarded by Thomas Down. Give it out near the timeline to Terrence Ford. He works the dribble onto the left side. High screen from Kobe Julian. Now Ford, foul line extended, gives top of the circle to Kobe Julian. He drives right side. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for, and it goes out of bounds off the hand of Kobe Julian. Over on that far side, it'll be Troy basketball. 16:06 remaining in this opening half. 9-4, Troy on top. And no subs yet for either team here in the first 4 minutes. We'll see Tatum Connerway working into the front court here. Guarded by Terrence Ford. Connerway keeps the dribble up high. Now works it onto the left wing. Give it top of the circle to Fields. Hand it back to Connerway. Connerway, top of the key, throws it behind his shoulder over to Rigsby. Now in the corner, the 3 is good by Marcus Rigsby off the assist from his brother Miles. Troy leads at 12-4. Now Ford, left wing for 3, hits! Terrence Ford with the Red Wolves' first 3 ball of the night. A-State back to within 5. It's 12-7. 4.5 minutes in here at the Sun Belt Championship game in Pensacola. Tatum Connerway works the dribble left side. Ball got knocked loose. Connerway gets it back. Now Fields has it up high. Give it left side over to Connerway. Lob it backside to Fields. He's able to catch it as he went up in the air and kissed it home off the right side of the window. Puts Troy on top by a touchdown. It's 14-7. Now Taryn Todd right side. Open look at 3. Yes! Taryn Todd gets A-State back to within 4. It's 14-10. Just over 5 minutes in. Now Rigsby into the front court. Gets a high screen from Dowd. Off the high pick and roll. Swing it around right side over to Miles Rigsby. Rigsby blanketed by Joseph Pinion. Now Rigsby works his way into the lane. Spin. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound goes back to Rigsby. Couldn't hit again. Ball knocked loose. Nelson knocks it over to Taryn Todd, and here come the Red Wolves. Taryn down the middle of the lane, all the way to the bucket. Flips it off to Pinion. His shot rims home, and he's fouled. It's a 3-point opportunity for the Red Wolves. Joseph Pinion will be at the stripe after the media timeout. 14:23 remains. Opening half from Pensacola. Our score, Troy 14, A-State 12. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Whatever might happen, if you start to feel under the weather, or if you hurt your back, or something else, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for you, and here for your family too. With real-time online wait times, convenient locations, and extended hours to expanded services like lab work, IV fluid care, EKG, and imaging services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care. Open 7 days a week until 9 p.m. Learn more at urgentcare.stbernards.info.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy right now, that your body's healthy, and that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 70 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
From the Sun Belt Tournament in Pensacola, Florida, this is A-State Basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now, back to the game.
Well, let the madness begin with Meatball Madness at Lost Pizza. If you love meatballs, Lost Pizza has specials all month long on the Preacher's Wife Pizza, spaghetti and meatballs, the Meemaw 2.0 sub, and smothered meatballs. Visit Lost Pizza at their Southwest Drive and Hilltop locations in Jonesboro. Coming out of the first media timeout here at the Sunbelt Championship game in Pensacola, Florida. Troy with the early advantage, 14-12 over the Red Wolves. That score update brought to you by Saracen Casino and Bet Saracen Sportsbook. A-State has scored the last 5 points, though. And we'll see Joseph Pinion at the line trying to complete a three-point play. Todd did get the assist on that pass to Pinion. Todd drove down the middle of the lane, able to hook the pass around the defender to Pinion, who was on the right block. Pinion got it to go off the window. It rimmed home and was fouled in the process by the Sunbelt Player of the Year, Tatum Connerway. It's the first on Connerway. Pinion will be at the stripe here. Joseph shooting a team best 89% from the line, and the free throw rims home. A-State is to within one now. It's 14-13. Two of the four co-champions in the Sun Belt's regular season facing off for a title. Now Connerway. His right wing to Dowd for three. Misses high off the back iron. Took a high bounce and went on top of the backboard, so it'll belong to the Red Wolves here. 14:06 remains in this opening half. A-State with the basketball, trailing it by one. A chance to take the lead here. A-State on a 6-0 run over the last 54 seconds. We'll see Terrence Ford work it into the front court left side. Ford keeps his dribble up high. Connerway out on him. Gets a high screen from Pinion. Terrence Ford with 15 still on the shot clock. Gives top of the circle to Isaiah Nelson. Takes one dribble right. Get it over to Kobe Julian. Julian loses the handle. Now dives for it. Terran Todd trying to control it out near the timeline. And Troy able to come out with the loose ball. 13:35 to go. The three no good. Missed it long. And A-State able to get the rebound. Kobe Julian comes down with it. Long outlet to Terran Todd. He drives left side. Goes up. Gets fouled. Ryan Hodson applauding that sequence. Stops play with 13:27 remaining in this first half. A-State in the Sun Belt Championship game for a second straight year, trying to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. If they do, it'll be the first time in 26 years and just the second time in program history. And the A-State contingent has been phenomenal the last couple of days for the first 2 days of this tournament. And a whole lot more folks wearing scarlet and black are in the building tonight. Just adding on to what's been an incredible few days here in Pensacola. First shot by Todd was good. Chance to put A-State on top here. Darian Ford, meanwhile, has checked into the ballgame for the first time. Ford, the 6'3 junior from Magnolia, averaging 7.5 points a game. Coming in to replace Terrence Ford. Second shot, no good. A-State has scored the last 7 points. They've hit their last 3 shots from the field. Now Thomas Dowd gives top of the circle to Jackson Fields. Back to the bucket between the circles. Now flips it off to Victor Valdez, guarded by Darian Ford. Valdez, shot off the window, no good. Backside rebound, controlled by Isaiah Nelson. Give it to Terran Todd. Here come the Red Wolves. 7 minutes in. We're tied at 14. Terran Todd crosses over. Now kicks it out left corner to Julian. Top of the key to Darian Ford. Darian puts it on the floor. And crosses over, driving right side of the lane. He's trapped. Bounce feed goes left wing to Kobe for 3. Misses short. Rebound controlled by Troy. Here come the Trojans. Marcus Rigsby driving and gets the floater to go. And there's a foul. A-State had the defender back. Terran Todd was trying to draw the charge, but it was a borderline call, and it went against the Red Wolves. So a 3-point opportunity here from Marcus Rigsby. 6'3 junior from Fort Worth, averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds a game. He's a 65% foul shooter. He'll be at the line here trying to put Troy on top by 3. 12:40 remains opening half. Free throw by Rigsby is good. It's 17-14 Troy. Todd along with Julian Nelson, Darian Ford, and Joseph Pinion. That's the 5 for Brian Hodson here. Todd, top of the circle to Darian Ford. He makes a ball fake. Now Darian works his way into the paint. Jump stops. Now was stumbling as he was trying to get it up top to Kobe, but Troy came out with it. Driving right side and laying it home off the right side of the window is Theo Sang, 6'9" senior from Davis, California, who had a career-high 18 points against the Red Wolves back in January. Now Julian drives right side, floats it up, shot missed everything. Nelson came out with it. He's able to get it to go off the left side of the glass, and he's fouled. Isaiah Nelson, who came in second in the Sun Belt in offensive rebounds and top 25 nationally in that category, able to get a big offensive board there and the putback. So a 3-point chance here for Zay as he goes to the line to try to get A-State back to within 2. Nelson had a double-double in the last meeting against Troy back on February 19th. Finished with 14 points and 14 rebounds. Free throw rims out here. It'll be Troy basketball. Just over 8 minutes in. First half from the Pensacola Bay Center. Troy with the basketball, leading it 19-16. Valdez drives left side. Works his way under the block. Give it up top to Sang for 3. Able to hit. Theo Sang, 30% from distance on the season. Able to bury his first try tonight. Puts Troy on top by 6. It's 22-16. Now Terrence Ford, who had a very brief rest, works his way down the right side of the lane, and the ball goes out of bounds. They say Terrence touched it last. Lost the handle. It'll belong to Troy after the media timeout. 11:27 remains. Opening half from the Pensacola Bay Center. Our score from the Sun Belt Championship game is Troy 22, A-State 16. Red Wolves basketball will continue in a moment.
Whether you're building a home, repairing it, or just starting a do-it-yourself project, trust JT White Hardware and Lumber to help you get the job done. JT White Hardware and Lumber has been family-owned for more than 50 years and are an authorized dealer for Anderson Windows and Doors. Trust the name the pros trust and the one used on the most building sites. JT White Hardware and Lumber. All the tools and materials needed for any project, large or small. JT White Hardware and Lumber on Parker Road, just off I-555 at Harrisburg Road. A proud supporter of the A-State Red Wolves.
We love watching A-State crash the boards during basketball season. But getting into a crash while on the road is a different story. Collision Repair in Jonesboro knows the hassle that a wreck or fender bender causes in our day-to-day lives. You need to be back in your vehicle fast and don't have time to keep taking it back into the shop for missed details. Collision Repair is committed to delivering quality work in a timely manner so you can be back on the road fast. Get your vehicle fixed right the first time. Call Collision Repair at 935-9482.
A-State basketball has a home on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now back to the game.
Well, Centennial Bank's proud to support Red Wolves basketball. Centennial Bank building legacies one Red Wolf at a time. And Arkansas State University wants you to become A-State made. Great minds, big hearts. That's the A-State difference. Visit go.astate.edu for details. In-game numbers brought to you by Arkansas State University coming out of the second media timeout. 11:27 remains in this first half with Troy on top 22-16. A-State shooting 46% from the field thus far. They're 6 of 13 shooting. The Red Wolves 2 of 6 from distance, 2 of 4 from the foul line. Troy, meanwhile, 8 of 15 from the field for 53% shooting. They're 3 of 6 from deep and 3 of 5 from the line. A-State's turned it over 4 times. Troy just once. Troy is +2 on the glass, out rebounding the Red Wolves 9-7. Trojans with the basketball coming out of the break. Theo Sang drops a bounce feed right back baseline down to Valdez. He drives and gets the reverse to go from the left side. Puts Troy on top 24-16. Largest lead for the Trojans thus far. Now Terrence Ford driving left side. Works his way under the block. Now scoops it out left corner to Pinion for 3. Misses long. Rebound tapped around and goes out of bounds off of Troy. They're going to say it's A-State basketball. The official on the baseline took a moment before he made the signal. There were several hands that touched that ball before it went out of bounds underneath the bucket, but say that Troy touched it last, so Taryn Todd will do the inbounds honors here for Brian Hodson's crew. Taryn Todd will lob it out near the timeline to Isaiah Nelson. He'll hand it off to Taryn Todd. Now Todd works the dribble up high. It's a high screen. Now Taryn onto the left wing. His three misses short. Rebound controlled by Troy. Here come the Trojans trying to take a double-digit advantage on this possession. Connerway, bottom of the logo, holds it. Now gets a high screen from Randarius Jones, and Connerway got tripped up. Foul occurred with 10:32 remaining in this first half, and that's going to be the second foul on Kobe Julian. Kobe will check out of the ball game as Darian Ford comes back in for him. 24-16, Troy on top. Trojans have hit their last 4 shots from the field. Taden Connerway off the inbounds, gets a high screen from Sang. Off the high pick and roll, Sang gets it back. His three, rims all the way around and out. It's tipped, and then Isaiah Nelson able to control the rebound. Here come the Red Wolves. Terrence Ford pushing it back into the front court left side. Terrence driving down the middle of the lane. His shot no good off the window. May have been partially blocked from behind. Ball loose on the baseline, and Troy able to come out with it. 10:05 to go, first half. Jones got away with a walk in the middle of the lane. Then he went up and got fouled. Taryn Todd called for the foul. That's his second, so both Julian and Todd have 2 fouls. Taryn got into a little bit of foul trouble last night in that South Alabama game. And Jones here for the Trojans. The first shot up and through. Jones, 6'7", 235. He's a senior from Monroe, Louisiana. 55% foul shooter on the season. 28th game he's played in. He's come off the bench on 27 occasions. Second shot misses long. Rebound tipped and controlled by Darian Ford. Here come the Red Wolves, trailing it by 9. It's 25-16. Just past the midway point here in the first half. Darian Ford keeps his dribble down the middle of the lane, all the way to the bucket, goes up and gets fouled. Darian was going strong to the hole. He was going up for a dunk try. The way he was getting off the ground, and he ended up getting fouled in the process of doing that. So Darian going to the line to shoot 2. Red Wolves haven't scored in the last 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Troy on a 6-0 run. Trojans have hit 4 of their last 5 from the field. Darian Ford at the stripe here. Bends his knees. First shot for the 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Arkansas. Misses long. Second shot coming up here for Darian. In the meantime, Joseph Pinion will get a breather as Avery Felts comes in for the first time. Felts, 6th-year senior from Westside High School in Jonesboro. Playing in his 148th career game. That's 3rd most all-time at A-State, behind only Caleb Fields and Marquise Eaton, his former teammates. Second shot was good by Darian Ford, so he hits 1 of 2. A-State trails it by 8. It's 25-17. Left side, this is Theo Sang. He's blanketed by DeAndre Dominguez, who had just checked in. DeAndre had a team best +10 plus-minus ratio last night. Now Connerway drives right side. Shot no good. Nelson made him adjust. Dominguez comes out with it. Get it up ahead to Terrence Ford. Left side to DeAndre. Spots up for 3. Misses long. Rebound tipped and controlled by Troy. It was Cooper Campbell, the 6'2 freshman, coming out with it. Now left side, this is Theo Sang, had it knocked away from behind. A-State gets the steal. Here comes Terrence Ford driving right side of the lane all the way to the bucket. You got to count that. That was a goaltend. Ball looked like it had already gone off the glass and then interfered with. So count the bucket for Terrence Ford. 9:04 remaining here in the first half. A-State back to within 6. It's 25-19. Terrence Ford along with Darian Ford, Avery Felts, Isaiah Nelson, and DeAndre Dominguez. That's the 5 for Brian Hodson's crew here. So we hit the 9-minute mark in the opening half. A whole lot of scarlet and black here in Pensacola. Conaway driving right side. Reverse layup, no good. Nelson made him adjust again. Conaway saves it in, though. Campbell with the floater, middle of the lane. Partially blocked, and Dominguez got the deflection. Now Ford had it knocked away by Campbell in the backcourt, but Troy comes out with it. Campbell drives right baseline, flips it underneath. The shot goes off the glass for Miles Rigsby. Puts Troy on top by 8 again. It's 27-19. Now Darian Ford had it knocked out of his hands. Goes out of bounds off Troy on the far side. A-State will inbound here with 8:25 remaining in the half. Terran Todd will check back into the ball game for the Red Wolves. Darian Ford will have a seat. Meanwhile, Marcus Rigsby will check back in for Troy as Cooper Campbell gets a breather. Avery Felts will inbound far side for the Red Wolves. A-State trails it by 8. It's 27-19. Felts gets it in to Terrence Ford. Ford, the redshirt sophomore from Chicago, gives top of the circle to Nelson. Handed off to Terran Todd, the first team all-league selection. Top of the key to Felts, back to Terran. High screen from Isaiah Nelson. Now Terran drives down the middle of the lane. Shot off the window, no good. Rebound fought for, and it looks like it was tied up. It was, and the possession arrow will point toward the Red Wolves. So A-State will have possession of the basketball here with 8:06 remaining in this first half. Trailing Troy 27-19. And two teams that split their meetings in the regular season. A-State winning at Troy back on January 11th, and Troy winning in Jonesboro by 71-70 back on February 19th. This the rubber match, and the one that means the most. Sun Belt Championship on the line. Terrence Ford from the top of the key, long two, rims around and out. Troy able to control the board. Inside 8 minutes to go, opening half from Pensacola. Now Valdez gives left corner to Dowd. His three ball misses short. Backside rebound controlled by Avery Felts. Get it to Terrence Ford. Terrence back to Avery Felts. Pull up three in transition. Yes! Avery Felts gets A-State back to within 5. Felts with his 184th career three ball. That ties him for fourth most all time at A-State with Trey Finn. Now Valdez on the SBC logo. Guarded by Terrence Ford. Works his way inside the left elbow. Give it up top to Fields. His three is good. Jackson Fields able to hit the three ball. That answers Felts. Now the Red Wolves pushing it back. Left side, this is Terran Todd. Todd, high screen from Dominguez. Works his way around the defender. Now back out onto the wing. Terran Todd driving down the middle of the lane. His shot too hard off the window, and Troy able to get the rebound. Here come the Trojans. They lead it by 8, 30-22. 6:50 remaining in the half. Rigsby gives left wing to Valdez in the corner to Dowd. His three no good off the front part of the iron. Rebound tipped. And we get a whistle and a foul. Who are they going to call this one off? Looks like it's against Jackson Fields. And it was, so it'll be A-State basketball after the media timeout. 6:44 remains. The opening half from Pensacola. Our score at the Sun Belt Championship game is Troy 30, A-State 22. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
What does it mean to be taken care of? And to know that the people around you are taken care of too. What does it feel like to trust that you'll be able to get health care, to prevent illness, and to help you heal? Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 70 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Carry your favorite college team with you everywhere you go with the new Arkansas State Red Wolves debit card from Unico Bank. To get your card today, call or come into Unico Bank in Jonesboro, Paragould, Harrisburg, Truman, Lake City, or Mark Tree and find out which checking account is right for you. Already a Unico Bank customer? Call or come in at least 30 days before your current card's expiration date and select your Arkansas State Red Wolves design at no charge. Unico Bank is a proud corporate partner of Arkansas State Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From the Sun Belt Tournament in Pensacola, Florida, this is A-State Basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now, back to the game.
Well, let the madness begin with Meatball Madness at Lost Pizza. If you love meatballs, Lost Pizza has specials all month long on the Preacher's Wife Pizza, spaghetti and meatballs, the Meatball 2.0 sub, and smothered meatballs. Visit Lost Pizza at their Southwest Drive and Hilltop locations in Jonesboro. Coming out of the next to last first half media timeout, 6:44 remains opening half. Troy leading the Red Wolves 30-22 here at the Sun Belt Championship. That score update brought to you by Saracen Casino and Bet Saracen Sportsbook. This is the second game of the day here in Pensacola. In the first, it was a historic day for Destiny Rogers and the A-State women's program. They punched their ticket to their first ever NCAA tournament in the 50th year of women's sports at Arkansas State University. Red Wolves able to upset top-seeded James Madison by the final score of 86-79 in overtime. JMU led by as many as 17 in that one. It was 40-23. Just past the midway point in the second quarter, A-State able to close the first half on a 9-0 run to get back to within 8. The Red Wolves full court press in the second half, able to get to JMU as the Red Wolves cut down the nets. Now the men trying to do the same thing, and we get a block called off the inbounds by Taryn Todd. Todd called for the foul. Now the officials are going to talk this over. Todd, this is big because he's already been called for 2. Red Wolves cannot afford their first-team all-league guard to pick up a third foul here with still 6:39 remaining in the first half. The officials talking it over. Now Scott Cross going to get an explanation at the scorer's table. And no indication from the public address here as to what's going on. There's not been a foul signaled. Ryan Hodson now getting an explanation as to, did they say it was tied up? Nope. They do call the foul on Taryn Todd, so Todd has picked up his third. Mark Taylor and I discussing it, thought maybe a jump ball was called. Instead, they called the foul on Todd. That's 3 on him, and he's on the bench now. Feltz, along with Nelson, Dominguez, Terrence Ford, and Darian Ford. That's the 5 for Brian Hodson here. Marcus Rigsby works the dribble onto the right baseline. A-State going to have to go without Taryn Todd these final 6.5 minutes of the first half. Dayton Connerway works the dribble left side, now on the high post. Gives to Miles Rigsby. He drives, missed the layup. Rebound tipped and controlled by Isaiah Nelson. Terrence Ford had it knocked loose, and he's fouled by Miles Rigsby. A-State will walk down to the other end to shoot the bonus. 1-1 coming here for Terrence Ford. Joseph Pinion, meanwhile, will head back to the scorer's table, about to come back in for the Red Wolves. Avery Feltz will sit down. So it's Pinion, Ford. That's your backcourt. Dominguez and Nelson, the 2 post players here for Brian Hodson. Terrence Ford will go to the stripe here. Terrence, outstanding in the regular season against Troy. Averaged 16.5 points and 6.5 assists in those 2 contests, as the first shot for Terrence is good. Ford a snub as far as the all-conference teams are concerned. He led the league in both assist and assist-to-turnover ratio for the number 1 offense in the league in conference play, and was not on the first, second, or third team all-conference selections. Able to hit both free throws here, though. Now Connerway works his dribble right side. Now give it up top to Victor Valdez. He loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds. They say it touched A-State last. couple of the Red Wolves claiming Valdez lost that off his thigh, but instead it'll be Troy basketball with 12 on the shot clock, 5:54 remaining in the half. Troy leads it 30-24. Get the inbounds in here to Thomas Dowd underneath the bucket. Puts up the shot, and Dominguez got the block, and he got his own deflection. Outlet feed to Terrence Ford. Terrence driving down the lane. Give it right side to Zay. He gets it to go. Ford with the assist. Isaiah Nelson with the bucket. A-State to within 4. It's 30-26, and the Red Wolves faithful on their feet. Now left side, this is Thomas Dowd, guarded by DeAndre Dominguez. Give it on the logo to Tatum Connerway. Gets a high screen, now drives right side. Floats it up, shot no good, and on the fight for the rebound, we get a whistle and a foul, and this is against Troy. We'll see A-State go down to the other end to shoot 2 more free throws. Troy's missed their last 4 shots from the floor now. That foul was on Jackson Fields, his second. So we'll see A-State come down to the other ends to try to get back to within 1 possession. A-State has never led in this game. Troy's led by as many as 9. The Red Wolves down 4 have Dominguez at the line, shooting the front end of the 1-and-1 here. DeAndre, the senior from Providence, Rhode Island, able to bury the first. Second shot coming up here for Dominguez, wearing that white number 45 on the back of his black jersey. Southpaw spins the ball in his hands, takes 1 extra dribble, bends his knees, shot up and through, and A-State is back to within 2. So a 9-point deficit is down to 2. It's 30-28 Troy. We'll see Julian sit down. Dominguez, Ford, Pinion, and Nelson. That's the 5 for Brian Hodson on this possession. Now Marcus Rigsby has it up high. Right side to Valdez, playing pitch and catch with Marcus Rigsby. And number 2 on his back, had it knocked away by Terrence Ford, and after Ford got the steal, he was quickly fouled by Marcus Rigsby, and we'll go back down to the other end again, and the Red Wolves will shoot more free throws. Already the 10th team foul committed by Troy in this first half, so A-State shooting the double bonus for these final 4 minutes, 59 seconds of the opening half. So 2 shots coming up here for Terrence Ford. Ford on the season, a 71% foul shooter. Averaged 9 points a game overall this season, 10 points per contest. In Sun Belt Conference play, the first shot up and through. Cooper Campbell comes back in for the Trojans as Marcus Rigsby will have a seat. Now Terrence Ford with the second free throw coming up here, trying to tie it up. Shot for Terrence is up and through. A-State has erased an early 9-point deficit to tie it up at 30. A-State on an 8-0 run over the last 75 seconds. Tatum Connerway works it right side, guarded by Darian Ford. Now Connerway gives up high to Theo Sang. Right wing over to Cooper Campbell. Campbell dribbles onto the right baseline, trapped by Nelson and Ford, and we get a whistle and a foul. This will be a reach-in committed by Terrence Ford. It's the first on him, 7th team foul, so Troy will shoot the bonus for these final 4 minutes and 39 seconds. See Carrington Keel come in for Troy for the first time. 6'6", 185-pound redshirt freshman from Birmingham. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Cooper Campbell is good. Freshman from Puyallup, Washington, 6'2", 185. Averaging a shade over 5 points a game. As Troy back on top, second free throw coming up for Campbell with a bright red, or a head full of bright red hair. Able to knock it down, and Troy leads it by 2. It's 32-30. Now Terrence Ford into the front court. Works his way onto the logo. High screen from Pinion. Now Terrence has it. Right wing. Up high to Pinion. Joseph dribbles inside the arc. Top of the circle to Dominguez. He drives. DeAndre gets it to go. Nice move by the senior, DeAndre Dominguez, to tie it up at 32 apiece. 4:10 remains. Opening half here in Pensacola. Sun Belt Championship game. A-State and Troy dead even. Valdez works his way underneath the bucket. May have picked up his pivot foot. No travel. Troy able to maintain possession. Shot clock at 8. Jones hands it off to Cooper Campbell. Works his way between a couple of defenders. Drives. Shot off the window. No good. Rebound tip controlled by Troy. Now it's knocked loose and it goes out of bounds off of the Red Wolves. And that'll lead us to the final first half media timeout with 3:44 remaining. Opening half from Pensacola. Our score. The Sun Belt Championship game is A-State 32, Troy 32. Red Wolves basketball will continue in a moment.
Arrive like a king and queen in a crown limousine.
Arrive in style in a Crown Limousine. Whether it's a birthday, anniversary, prom, wedding, concert, any special occasion. At Crown Limousine, we do all the driving. You have all the fun. Book our 14-passenger Hummer or 10-passenger Lincoln now at CrownLimo1.com or 870-215-0077.
Crown Limousine.
What are you looking for in a dentist? Experience, a friendly, caring staff, the latest in procedures and technology? You can have all of those things at Brooklyn Dental. Dr. Tony and Dr. Adams have been taking care of patients across the area for years and have brought that care to the all-new Brooklyn Dental. They're accepting new patients right now and work with all types of insurance. So why wait? Call Brooklyn Dental now at 393-5330 to schedule an appointment. That's 393-5330. Brooklyn Dental, open now on Highway 49 North in Brooklyn.
The Scarlet and Black have a home right here. This is Red Wolves basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Our coverage from the Sun Belt Conference Tournament is presented by Kavanaugh Auto Group. You can check out Kavanaugh's entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at KavanaughCars.com. And you never have to miss a single Red Wolf basketball game. You can listen wherever you go by downloading the EAB Media app. Just click the K-Fine logo on the main page. It's powered by More Air Conditioning. You can also listen to A-State basketball all season long on the A-State Athletics app and through the Varsity Network app. Been a fun few days here at Pensacola. Great crowd once again here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Wearing scarlet and black. And A-State with several sections filled up. Folks that have made the trip. Many of them have been here the last 3 days watching their Red Wolves during this entire tournament run. And a lot more making the trip down today for Championship Monday, which has already been a historic day for A-State, with the Red Wolves women cutting down the nets in the first championship game as they defeated top seed James Madison in overtime, 86-79, to punch their first ever ticket to the big dance. Red Wolves men now trying to punch their first ticket to the big dance. Since 1999, it'd be the second time in program history. Jones gets it inside on the block, turns and gets it to go off the window, and Troy leads it by 2. It's 34-32. Here come the Red Wolves. Dominguez hands it off to Terrence Ford, driving right side of the lane, scoop it off to Zay, goes up and gets fouled. Isaiah Nelson with 2 shots coming. With 3:20 remaining in this first half. Isaiah Nelson in this opening half with 4 points and 5 rebounds. He's played every minute thus far. Nelson picked up 2 fouls just 3.5 minutes into the game last night against South Alabama, and he sat down for the remainder of the half. And really, one of the big keys to that win over South Alabama was the Red Wolves' ability to hold down the fort without their all-conference big man on the floor. In fact, A-State not only held down the fort, but they took a 3-point lead into halftime. Went on to win it by 3, 74-71. Nelson able to hit 1 of 2 on this trip to the stripe. Has A-State back to within 1. It's 34-33. A-State in their man defense. Connerway kicks it right corner to Dowd for 3. Misses short. Backside rebound controlled by the Red Wolves. Darian Ford came out with it. Now Darian, as the clock hits 3 minutes here in the first half. Dribbles left side, guarded by Randarius Jones. Give it on the logo to Dominguez. Back to Darian. Now DeAndre for 3. Able to hit. DeAndre Dominguez with the triple. Puts A-State on top. It's 36-34. Good looking stroke by the senior from Providence, Rhode Island. 2:35 to go in the half. Connerway. Bounce feed left corner. Now works the dribble onto the wing. Drives in on Dominguez. Looked like he was a little bit out of control, and a block is called, and Brian Hodson can't believe it. He walks back the other way and puts his hands over his face in disbelief. DeAndre was bumped. Looked like he had good position on that play, but instead, it was a block call, and we'll see Troy go to the stripe with 2:26 remaining in the first half. A-State leading Troy 36-34. Pinion, Nelson, Dominguez, along with Terrence Ford and Darian Ford, the 5 for Brian Hodson here. We'll see Miles Rigsby at the stripe for Troy. First shot is up and through for the 6'6 sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. He was the freshman of the year in the league a season ago. This year was a first-team preseason all-league selection. He ended up averaging 12 points and a shade over 4 rebounds per game. Tried to tie it with his second free throw here. Miles Rigsby bends his knees. The shot up and through, and that ties it up at 36. Talk about how the Red Wolves held down the fort last night with Isaiah Nelson on the bench, the final 16 and a half minutes of the first half. Meanwhile, the Red Wolves trying to do the same here with Taryn Todd on the bench with 3 fouls. He picked up his third with 6.5 minutes to go in the half. A-State trying to get it done without their first team all-league selection. Dominguez caught the ball in the logo and was run over by Cooper Campbell. Just been screened, then turned around and ran through the chest of DeAndre. Now Dominguez will go to the line to shoot 2. Troy's led by as many as 9 in this opening half. A-State took their first lead just moments ago, 36-34. Now they have the lead back, 37-36. In favor of the Red Wolves with 2:16 to go in the half. DeAndre Dominguez playing well off the bench. Again, he was plus 10 during his time last night. Plus 10 plus-minus ratio was best on the team. He had 4 points and 6 rebounds. But he was an X-factor. DeAndre able to hit the free throw here, and it puts A-State on top by 2 again. It's 38-36. 2:15 to go, first half. From Pensacola, Sun Belt Championship game, A-State and Troy. It's been pretty much as expected to this point. Tight ball game between 2 co-champions of the regular season. Connerway, left side on the wing to Valdez for 3. Misses short. Rebound knocked out on the wing. Saved in by Joseph Pinion. Flipped it behind his back to Ford. Give it back to Pinion. Long 3. Misses short. Rebound controlled by Troy out on the perimeter. Cooper Campbell pushing it back. Crosses over. Kick it out left corner to Victor Valdez. Joseph Pinion out on him. 1:35 to go in the half. Valdez trapped underneath. Kick it out right corner to Campbell for 3. Misses short. Rebound Randarius Jones. He goes up and gets fouled. We'll see Jones at the stripe. Shooting 2. They foul on Isaiah Nelson. Isaiah to this point doing a good job staying out of foul trouble. That's just his first. And he picked up 2 in the first 3.5 minutes of the ball game last night. Jones at the stripe here. Bends his knees, first shot up and no good. Missed it off the back iron. Troy as a team this season shooting 71% from the line. That's right in the middle of the pack in the Sun Belt in terms of team free throw percentage. A-State's been top 3 in the league in that category. Jones with the second shot. It's up and through, and it gets Troy back to within 1. It's 38-37. 90 seconds remain, first half from Pensacola. Terrence Ford will work his way into the front court, picked up by Cooper Campbell. High screen from Dominguez. Now Ford tried to lob it to Isaiah Nelson. And Nelson was going somewhere else. Ford kind of lobbed it to the back shoulder of Zay. The ball went behind him and out of bounds, so A-State turns it over. For the Red Wolves, that's their 7th turnover, and the 4th committed by Terrence Ford. Again, he led the league in assist-to-turnover ratio, so he's not one to commit a lot of turnovers. But Troy will do that to you. They're one of the best around as far as forcing turnovers, rather. Top 10 nationally coming into play tonight in steals. Now Jackson Fields, bottom of the logo, hands it off to Tayton Connerway. Connerway, middle of the lane, hooks it back to Fields, goes up, has it blocked by Dominguez. Now Theo Sang goes up, and we get a whistle. And a foul called here. Are they going to count the bucket? Is it a goaltend? Now Nelson swatted that up against the glass. Now the question is, was it on its way down? So the officials will go take a look at the video monitor over at the scores table. They did call it goaltending on the floor. But will they overturn it here? They've gone ahead and put the points on the scoreboard here at the Pensacola Bay Center, with Troy now on top once again at 39-38. Matt Stilts with you from our Hydro broadcast position at the Pensacola Bay Center. Ryan James doing a great job, as he has all season long, producing for us back in the studios of the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network. I want to remind you, A-State basketball sponsored in part by Farm Bureau Insurance. Visit afbic.com for a quote today. You deserve more. You deserve a promise. They do reverse the call of goaltending. So take those 2 points off the board. It won't be a three-point opportunity here. Dominguez did commit the foul, though. That's his second. Team's 10th, so both teams shooting the double bonus here. 58.6 seconds remain in the half. Here the Arkansas State Red Wolves chant happening in the background. And you know who starts that? It's the sound of the Natural State Band. Dr. Allegra Fisher has done a great job with the bands, and man, they make a lot of racket over there, and they'll start those chants. First shot up and through for Theo Sang. Ties it up at 38 apiece. Sang again had a career-high 18 points against the Red Wolves back on January 11th. Then he was shut out. Did not score in the second meeting against the Red Wolves on February 19th in Jonesboro. Second shot by Sang is good, and it puts Troy on top by 1. It's 39-38. Inside a minute to go. Opening half here in Pensacola. Sun Belt Championship game, A-State and Troy. Terrence Ford gives right side on the wing to Pinion. He makes a ball fake. Now Pinion spins into the lane with the dribble. Shot off the glass won't go, but a whistle and a foul. Ryan Hodson applauding that sequence as Joseph will go to the line to shoot 2. Carrington Keel called for the foul. That's the first on him. 2 shots coming up here for Joseph Pinion. Pinion coming off a career-high 23-point outing last night in that semifinal victory over South Alabama. He hit 5 threes in that game. First shot by Pinion is good. You go back to the first meeting with Troy this season, the game at Troy, in which the Red Wolves were able to come from behind and win. Joseph Pinion was a huge part of that. He did not score in the first half of that game. 17 points in the second half. One of those points came in the final minute. Second shot for Pinion here is good, and it puts A-State back on top at 40-39. 40 seconds remain, opening half. Now Connerway dribbles underneath, blanketed by Darian Ford. Connerway forces up the shot, it goes, and we get a whistle and a foul. Ryan Hodson puts his hands on top of his head in disbelief. And watching the replay, that's tough to spot. We got the foul on Joseph Pinion, his second. It was Darian Ford who was guarding Connerway. Pinion had come in from behind and said Pinion, I guess, got a piece of Connerway. The free throw short. Here come the Red Wolves off the rebound. About a 4-second differential between the shot and the game. A-State will run it down here as far as they can. Trailing it by 1, 41-40. Darian Ford left side on the wing, puts up the three, it goes! Darian Ford got an open look, he took it and knocked it down. A-State up 2, it's 43-41. Now Connerway, long 2, misses long. Connerway gets his own board, shot high off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped, it goes out of bounds off of the Red Wolves. It'll be Troy basketball with 0.3 of a second on the first half game clock. A-State on top, 43-41. Red Wolves have trailed for the bulk of this first half, but A-State leads it here 43-41 and trying to take this 2-point lead into the intermission. Scott Cross will bring Jackson Fields back into the ball game for a possible tip here. Don't have time to catch and shoot. You can get a tip in off the inbounds. And Rashad Marshall has come into the ball game to defend Jackson Fields. Now the officials going over to the monitor, and I'm thinking they're taking a look at the game clock to determine whether or not they'll put any extra time on the clock here. It currently shows 0.3 of a second remaining in this first half. A-State on top of Troy, 43-41. We're at the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. A-State trying to win a second championship on this championship Monday. The women already doing their part, defeating James Madison in overtime, 86-79, to punch their first ever ticket to the championship game. They are going to put 0.2 of a second back on the clock, so they do have time to catch and shoot here. It's got to be really quick. 0.5 of a second on the game clock as Troy gets set to inbound. And Fields is on the left block, and he's being guarded by Rashad Marshall, and Isaiah Nelson's in the neighborhood as well. Well, Marshall went to the floor. They get the pass on the wing to Rigsby as he falls away. The shot blocked by Dominguez as the first half horn sounds. So that'll do it for our first 20 minutes from the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. Our score at the Sun Belt Championship game, A-State 43, Troy 41. We'll take a look at the first half numbers when we come back. Stay tuned. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Red Wolves fans know that the best teams are made when a great offense is complemented with a great defense. The same is true when it comes to defending your rights. That's why Watlington and Oldham, attorneys at law, two trusted, experienced lawyers, have come together to fight for you. Watlington and Oldham is a general law practice that covers everything from financial and estate planning to truck and car crashes. When you need a great team to fight for you, trust Watlington and Oldham, attorneys at law, at 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Call 870-930-9919.
How do you create a tradition of leadership? You power it with impressive towing and hauling, sharpen it with smart features like a mobile generator, and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence. Only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available features. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with and supporting those who serve our communities. From the ones who are making a difference in big and small ways every day, to those who are helping create better tomorrows. We appreciate everything you do, and we're proud to work alongside you. Because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
You've been hearing a lot about Medicare as you approach age 65, and Woody Harrelson wants to help you learn about your options and make the decision that's best for you. Call Woody at 870-897-5000. That's 897-5000. Or come by 2512 Alexander Drive in Jonesboro today to learn how Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield Medicare plans offer the right peace of mind for your needs and budget. Woody Harrelson is a soliciting agent of Arkansas Blue Cross. Plans available only to residents of Arkansas.
Garner Family Pharmacy loves the Red Wolves, and they're proud to support a healthier Jonesboro through their passionate, personalized pharmacy. Garner Family Pharmacy knows you've got a lot going on, and navigating your medications can be confusing. That's why they offer free delivery, multiple quick-service drive-through lanes, and many other different ways to connect with their team to answer your questions and serve your healthcare needs. Visit Garner Family Pharmacy, 765 East Matthews in Jonesboro, on Facebook and Instagram, and at GarnerFamilyRx.com.
It's halftime on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now let's head to our high troll broadcast position.
It is halftime in our Sun Belt Championship game tonight between A-State and Troy. Red Wolves leading the Trojans at the intermission by the score of 43-41 in favor of Brian Hodson's Red Wolves. And before we do anything else, let's pause 10 seconds right here for station identification on all of our stations, including our flagship home, 107.9 KFIN in Jonesboro. You're listening to Red Wolves Basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Your home for Red Wolves Basketball, 107.9 KFIN Jonesboro. Listen to KFIN wherever you go on the EAB Media Group app, powered by More Air Conditioning.
Halftime numbers brought to you by Mr. T's at Riverside. Open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Again, A-State leading Troy at the half, 43-41. Red Wolves 12 of 27 from the field through the first 20 minutes for 44% shooting. They're 5 of 13 from deep for 38%. And A-State 14 of 18 from the foul line for 78%. Meanwhile, Troy 13 of 37 shooting for 35%. They're 4 of 14 from 3 for 29% and 11 of 16 from the foul line for 69%. A-State has turned it over 7 times. Troy only 3 turnovers thus far. Points off turnovers favor Troy 9-4. Troy leading in the rebounding count 22-21. They also have 9 offensive boards to A-State's 4. Second chance points favor the Trojans 5-2. Bench points favor the Red Wolves 16-15. Points in the paint in favor of Troy 18-12, and A-State leads in fast break points 14-8. We'll take a look at some individual numbers from the first 20 minutes when we come back. And A-State leading Troy at the half 43-41, and Red Wolves basketball will continue in a moment.
Topwater Transit is a privately owned, non-emergent medical transportation company. If you or your loved one needs transportation, choose our community's #1 trusted provider. Topwater Transit provides ambulatory, wheelchair, and stretcher alternative modes of transportation. We provide services for hospital discharges, nursing facilities, dialysis, doctor's appointments, even church and family events. For more information or to book your appointment, call us today at 870-378-4215. That's 870-378-4215. Find out more at topwatertransit.com.
Looking in the mirror, you've been dreaming of a perfect smile that lets you speak freely without wanting to cover your mouth. Don't go another day without your smile. At Affordable Dentures and Implants, extractions can be done in a single visit, so you can leave the same day with your new dentures or implants, and with a smile so incredible, you'll want to show it off. Your family deserves a smile you can be proud of at a price you can afford. Visit AffordableDentures.com or stop by on West Parker Road and discover how easy it can be to smile.
Hello, this is Bob Moore with More Air Conditioning. Tired of shelling out money for constant repairs to your HVAC system? It may be time to replace. We know that's a big investment, but with financing from More, it can cost less than a daily cup of coffee. Plus, no payments until spring of 2025. Get ready for winter and call More Air Conditioning today at 870-336-2023 or visit us at moreac.com. Don't settle for less.
You deserve more. Don't settle for less.
Anywhere, anytime, any season. Poinsett Turf Grass Company grows the very best natural grass you can find anywhere. And they do it right here in Northeast Arkansas. Whether it's Tahoma 31 Bermuda, Palisades Georgia, Northbridge Bermuda, or Tiffway 419 Bermuda, Poinsett Turf Grass can provide sod for your home, corporate office, sports field, or an entire golf course. And they harvest all year long. Poinsett Turf Grass, a family-owned company for over 20 years. Call 578-2391 for pickup and delivery. Visit their Facebook page and go to PoinsetTurfGrass.com.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
The inbounds in here to Thomas Dowd underneath the bucket. Puts up the shot, and Dominguez got the block, and he got his own deflection. Outlet feed to Terrence Ford. Terrence driving down the lane. Give it right side to Zay. He gets it to go. Ford with the assist. Isaiah Nelson with the bucket. A-State to within 4. It's 30-26, and the Red Wolves faithful on their feet. Well, the Scarlet and Black out in full force tonight at the Pensacola Bay Center. A-State leading Troy at the intermission 43-41 at the Sun Belt Conference Championship game. As we continue to look at those first half numbers brought to you by Mr. T's at Riverside. We took a look at the first half team totals just a moment ago. Individually, leading the way for Troy thus far has been Marcus Rigsby with 8 points. Theo Sang with 7. Jackson Fields with 6, and the Sun Belt Player of the Year, Tayton Connerway, has been held to just 2 of 9 shooting. He has 5 points. He does have a team-high 4 rebounds. Meanwhile, DeAndre Dominguez leading the way off the bench with 9 points. Terrence Ford also with 9 first-half points to go along with 2 assists. 5 points apiece for Joseph Pinion and Isaiah Nelson. Zay has a game-high 6 rebounds through one half of play. Terran Todd had to sit the final 6.5 minutes of the first half after picking up his 3rd foul. He has 6 points. 4 points for Darian Ford, 3 for Avery Phelps, 2 for Kobe Julian, and Rashad Marshall has played but has not scored for the Red Wolves. Again, those first half numbers brought to you by Mr. T's at Riverside. We'll take a look at your Sun Belt Tournament scoreboard brought to you by First Security Bank. When we come back, this is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
St. Bernard's Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare provider for A-State Athletics. We're here for the health of every athlete, fan, and person in our great community. What sets St. Bernard's apart is exactly what sets the Red Wolves apart from the pack. Teamwork and passion. It's who we are and what keeps us going strong. After nearly 125 years, we've only just begun. Because at St. Bernard's, we will never stop caring.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy right now. That your body's healthy. And that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 70 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind. So you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Are you craving a dining experience that combines delectable flavors, a welcoming ambiance, and exceptional service? Look no further than Houlihan's in Jonesboro. From sizzling steaks and mouth-watering burgers to fresh salads and savory seafood, our diverse menu has something for everyone. Whether it's a business lunch, a cozy dinner date, or a lively gathering, Houlihan's is the place to be. So come over to Houlihan's in Jonesboro, located next to the Embassy Suites Red Wolf Convention Center and across from Centennial Bank Stadium, where great food and great times await you.
Red Wolves fans know that the best teams are made when a great offense is complemented with a great defense. The same is true when it comes to defending your rights. That's why Watlington and Oldham, attorneys at law, 2 trusted, experienced lawyers have come together to fight for you. Watlington and Oldham is a general law practice that covers everything from financial and estate planning to truck and car crashes. When you need a great team to fight for you, trust Watlington and Oldham, attorneys at law at 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Call 870-930-9919.
Carry your favorite college team with you everywhere you go with the new Arkansas State Red Wolves debit card from Unico Bank. To get your card today, call or come into Unico Bank in Jonesboro, Paragould, Harrisburg, Truman, Lake City, or Mark Tree and find out which checking account is right for you. Already a Unico Bank customer? Call or come in at least 30 days before your current card's expiration date and select your Arkansas State Red Wolves design at no charge. Unico Bank is a proud corporate partner of Arkansas State Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nelson knocks it over to Taryn Todd, and here come the Red Wolves. Taryn down the middle of the lane, all the way to the bucket, flips it off to Pinion. His shot rips home, and he's fouled. It's a three-point opportunity for the Red Wolves. Joseph Pinion will be at the stripe after the media timeout. Wrapping things up here at halftime in Pensacola. Sunbelt Championship game has K-State on top of Troy by the score of 43-41. Take a quick look at that Sunbelt Tournament scoreboard, brought to you by First Security Bank. Bank better. One other game here in Pensacola today. It was a historic one as the A-State women cut down the nets, an overtime victory in the women's championship over James Madison, 86-79. Destiny Rogers' team punching the program's first ever ticket to the NCAA tournament. Again, that Sunbelt scoreboard brought to you by First Security Bank. We got the second half from Pensacola when we come back with A-State leading Troy 43-41. Red Wolves basketball will continue in a moment.
At Dirksen Hospice, we understand that every moment matters. In your time of need, we're here to provide support for you and your loved ones. Our dedicated team is committed to creating a caring and personal experience tailored to your unique needs all around Northeast Arkansas. Whether it's pain management, emotional support, or just a friendly face to talk to, we're here for you every step of the way. When you choose Dirksen Hospice, you're not just choosing a service, you're choosing a family. To learn more about our compassionate care, find us on Facebook, Dirksen Hospice, because you and your loved ones deserve the very best.
Oh no, not again. Ugh.
Locked out? Jonesboro Lock and Key can get you in. Lose your key? We can even program you one on site and get you on the road in no time. Jonesboro Lock and Key is your trusted locksmith in Northeast Arkansas for auto, residential, and commercial locksmith services. Our skilled locksmiths can handle it all, even key fobs. The best part, we come to you. Jonesboro Lock and Key, proud to be voted best of NEA 4 years in a row. Give Jonesboro Lock and Key a call, 870-219-3723. That's 870-219-3723.
For over 20 years, Nebo Auto Center has earned the reputation as one of Northeast Arkansas's most trusted names. And the reason is simple. Nebo has a wide selection of late model, low mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that fit almost any budget. And when you're there, you're dealing with a friendly, no hassle sales staff. So make your next car buying experience a Nebo experience. Visit NeboAuto.com and go see them at 3910 Stadium Boulevard. We go Nebo.
Your specialty print and ship store is the Safe Ship Store in Jonesboro. Owner David Leonard wants to help you with all your shipping and printing needs, and they'll always give you the best customer service and highest quality product for the absolute lowest prices in town. So when you need something packed and shipped, or when you need printed products, call the Safe Ship Store. Come in today to see all they have to offer. For the best customer service, quality, and prices, visit the Safe Ship Store, 2500 Alexander Drive, Suite C in Jonesboro, 870-333-5068.
Hey y'all, it's Brandon Baxter, and I want to let you know about my friends at Cleanway Restoration and Construction. You see, disasters don't happen when it's convenient, whether it's a fire, a flood, or a tornado. When it damages your home, it upsets everything about your life. Cleanway comes in and does the cleanup, and they can lay your floors, replace your cabinets, and fix or replace walls. So remember, when an inconvenient disaster comes your way, think Cleanway Restoration and Construction. Let Cleanway restore your home and restore your life. Find out more at cleanwayrestoration.com.
Backside rebound controlled by Avery Phelps. Give it to Terrence Ford. Terrence back to Avery Phelps. Pull up three in transition. Yes! Avery Phelps gets A-State back to within 5. Phelps with his 184th career three ball. That ties him for fourth most all time at A-State with Trey Finn. Start of the second half here at the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. Sunbelt Championship game as A-State on top of Troy by the score of 43-41. Taryn Todd is back on the floor to begin the second half. He had picked up his third foul with 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Todd, along with Terrence Ford, Nelson, Pinion, and Julian, same five that started the ball game, begin the second half for Brian Hodson's Red Bulls. Trying to close it out here in the final 20 minutes. Now Tatum Connerway driving right side. Looked like Taryn Todd got a piece of it. He knocked it loose. Then Connerway, as he was trying to get it back, fell out of bounds. It's off Connerway, so it'll be A-State basketball. 19 seconds in. Good defense there. It forces Troy's 4th turnover of the night. They turned it over on just 3 occasions in the first half. Here comes Terrence Ford. Running the show at the point for the Red Wolves. A-State hasn't led by more than 2 tonight. Left corner 3 for Pinion is no good. Wouldn't have counted anyway. At a foot out of bounds on the sideline. He was stepping back to put up the 3. Stepped out of bounds. So A-State turns it over. That's their. So Troy will get it back here. 30 seconds into the second half. Each team has turned it over on their opening possession of the second half. Now Thomas Dowd has it left side, guarded by Joseph Pena. Give it left corner over to Miles Rigsby. He's blanketed by Kobe Julian. Now top of the circle, this is Jackson Fields. Fields right-handed dribble, guarded out on the perimeter by Isaiah Nelson. Left side, this is Miles Rigsby. He drives into the lane. Rigsby stops his dribble. Now a little up and under move, able to get it to go off the window. He got by Zay and laid it home to tie it up at 43. Just over a minute into this second half here in Pensacola. Now Taryn Todd penetrates. Give it right wing over to Kobe Julian. Handed it off in the corner to Pinion. Now Joseph puts it on the floor. He drives and we'll get a whistle. What happened? They say it was tied up. A-State does have the possession arrow, so the Red Wolves will inbound underneath their own bucket with 18:43 remaining. Here at the Pensacola Bay Center. A-State and Troy knotted up at 43 apiece. Taryn Todd, right side. Guarded hard out on the wing by Rigsby. Giving high post to Julian. Dribbles onto the block. His shot off the window. Too hard. Rebound goes to Troy. Fields came down with it. Outlet feed to Rigsby. Now the 3 at the top of the circle. Good by Miles Rigsby. Puts Troy on top 46-43. Now Pinion in the left corner. Was knocked to the floor. As he was going to the floor, he was fouled. So A-State will inbound underneath their own bucket here. They trail it 46-43. Now Taryn Todd lobs it out near the timeline to Isaiah Nelson. Give it to Terrence Ford. Ford drives left side, kick it right wing to Kobe for 3. Shot rims out, rebound tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Off of the Red Wolves, it'll be Troy basketball. Scoreboard in the arena is wrong. We're showing 46-43 Red Wolves. It's actually 46-43 Troy, and now they correct it. Troy with the ball in a 3-point lead. Bounce feed goes left side to Thomas Dowd. Dowd guarded by Joseph Pena. Feed it in the left corner now to Miles Rigsby, who's guarded by Kobe Julian. Give it left side to Marcus Rigsby. His 3 no good. Missed it long and off the 5 for the rebound. I think they're going to get Isaiah Nelson for a push. And they do. Stops play with 17:41 remaining. Darian Ford will check in here for Joseph Pena.
Into the game for Arkansas State, number 3, Darian Ford.
Darian in that first half had 4 points in 10 minutes off the bench. He had a +7 plus-minus ratio. Playing well. The best plus-minus was DeAndre Dominguez. He was phenomenal. 9 points, 4 blocks. Lob it inside and kissing it home off the left side of the window is Jackson Fields. That puts Troy on top by 5. It's 48-43. Now Terrence Ford dribbles through defenders. Give it right side on the wing over to Taryn Todd. Todd guarded by Tatum Connerway, the Sun Belt Player of the Year. Todd driving down the middle of the lane all the way to the bucket. Had it knocked loose, goes out of bounds off the Trojans. It'll be A-State basketball underneath their own bucket. 17-16 remaining. It's a couple of first-team all-conference guys going head-to-head there with Todd and Connerway. Todd was shaken up there. Comes out of the ball game as Dominguez checks in for him. Taryn's going to be just fine, but again, they're having to be careful with him with 3 fouls. Kobe Julian looking to inbound here. Finally gets it in. Right corner to Darian Ford. Darian puts it on the floor. Now dribbles into the high post. Up top to DeAndre. Knocks down the three. Dominguez leading the way for the Red Wolves. He's in double figures with 12. A-State back to within 2. It's 48-46. Well, DeAndre's playing really well. He's now 2 of 3 from distance. Now left corner. Rigsby was falling out of bounds, and Kobe Julian's going to be called for a push here. And Brian Hodson just holds his hands up in the air. Julian with his hands on top of his head here. So they call Kobe for his 3rd foul. It looked like Rigsby was just falling out of bounds, and they say that Kobe nudged him. So 3 on Kobe now. And Terran Todd already with 3. Marcus Rigsby driving left side. Shot off the window with the left hand, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by DeAndre Dominguez. How good is he playing tonight? Now Terrence Ford working it back into the front court. Ford works it onto the left wing. 3.5 minutes into this second half. Top of the circle to Darian Ford. Now Darian dribbles onto the left baseline. Backpedals into the corner. Now onto the wing. Shot clock at 10. Give it left baseline to Kobe Julian. Shot off the window. Goes. Was able to get past Jackson Fields for the score. A-State has scored the last 5 to tie it up at 48. 16-10 remains. Here comes Marcus Rigsby into the front court. Driving left side. Shot blocked by Nelson. They're going to say he pushed off. It's an offensive foul. Called against Troy, so A-State will get it back off the Troy turnover. Marcus Rigsby Jr. called for his 3rd foul. Cooper Campbell will check in for him. A-State's the opportunity to take the lead here. Red Wolves led by 2 at the intermission. 43-41. Troy scored 7 straight points, but A-State has answered with 5 in a row to tie it back up. Now Nelson, top of the key. Drives left side all the way to the bucket, missed the layup. Rebound tipped, and A-State comes out with it. Now Darian Ford fakes the 3 on the right side. His pass tipped and stolen. Here comes Thomas down into the front court. Now gives to Miles Rigsby. Rigsby inside the foul line. There's top of the circle to Tatum Connerway, guarded by DeAndre Dominguez. 15:35 remains. Now Connerway skips it left corner to Campbell. Touch pass on the left wing to Miles Rigsby. He drives, reverse layup, rims home. Kind of hung up on the front iron for a moment before falling through, and it puts Troy on top again at 50-48. And we'll go to the media timeout with 15:23 remaining here in the second half from Pensacola. That was a timeout called by Troy, so this will lead to the first media timeout with 15:23 to go. Our score, Troy 50, A-State 48. We'll return to the Sun Belt Championship game right after this. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Gardner Family Pharmacy loves the Red Wolves, and they're proud to support a healthier Jonesboro through their passionate, personalized pharmacy. Gardner Family Pharmacy knows you've got a lot going on, and navigating your medications can be confusing. That's why they offer free delivery, multiple quick service drive-through lanes, and many other different ways to connect with their team to answer your questions and serve your healthcare needs. Visit Gardner Family Pharmacy, 765 East Matthews in Jonesboro, on Facebook and Instagram, and at GardnerFamilyRx.com.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
From the Sun Belt Tournament in Pensacola, Florida, this is A-State Basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now, back to the game.
Well, Centennial Bank's proud to support Red Wolves basketball. Centennial Bank building legacies, one Red Wolf at a time. Coming out of the Troy timeout. 15:23 remains here at the Sun Belt Championship game in Pensacola. Troy on top of the Red Wolves, 50-48. That score update brought to you by Saracen Casino and Bet Saracen Sportsbook. Well, what a year it's been for Brian Hodson's Red Wolves on the heels of that 20-win season in Hodson's first season. A year ago, the Red Wolves had high expectations coming into this season. They were the preseason pick to win the league. They finished as one of the 4 co-champions in the Sun Belt. A-State, after the win last night, now has a new school record for wins in a single season. Last night, they're 24th, surpassing the previous mark of 23 wins by the 1990-91 campaign. But this team has been focused on reaching the NCAA tournament since right at a year ago when the Red Wolves lost the Sun Belt Championship game to James Madison. They wanted to get back in this spot. And they have an opportunity to cut down the nets tonight. If they can win, they'll go to the Sun Belt or go to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1999. Dominguez, right corner for 3. Misses short. Backside rebound went to Isaiah Nelson, and he was fouled. Good job by Zay, going up high for the board. That's his 7th rebound. Go along with 5 points. He's done that in 25 minutes. They get Jackson Fields for the foul. That's his 3rd. And that'll take us to another media timeout. So we'll step aside with 15:08 remaining here at the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. Our score is Troy 50, A-State 48. Red Wolves basketball will continue in a moment.
First Security is about more than great banking. We provide the expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. And the best part? You get it all with local support and friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because better service makes a difference. And we think you deserve it. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
It's a mix and match special now at all Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any 2 for $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any 2 for only $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
A-State basketball has a home on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now back to the game.
Well, today's broadcast brought to you in part by Calmer Solutions. They're providing IT services for the modern workforce and the technology and expertise to help you succeed. 15:08 remains. Here in Pensacola, A-State trailing Troy 50-48. That's another score update brought to you by Saracen Casino and Bet Saracen Sportsbook. Do want to remind you this copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Arkansas State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Arkansas State University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Arkansas State University. Both teams playing their best ball at the most important time. Each team came into this game on 5-game win streaks. Red Wolves and Trojans, 2 of the 4 Sun Belt co-champions in the regular season. James Madison and South Alabama, the others, they were each eliminated last night in the semifinals. Now Terrence Ford dribbles underneath. Give it right corner to Darian Ford. Penetrates. Give it left side to DeAndre. Dominguez kicks it up top to Julian. Kobe drives. Kobe scores. Julian ties it up at 50 apiece. Kobe now with 6 points. 14:45 to go here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Now Jones will hand it off to Tatum Connerway. High screen from Randarius Jones. Connerway, middle of the lane, makes a ball fake. Is on the block to Jones. He's covered up by Darian Ford. Jones with a bigger body. Pivot, shot off the glass, no good. Dowd got the board, and he was fouled on the way up. And we'll see if that's on Kobe. If it is, that's 4 on him. They get Kobe Julian for his 4th foul, so Julian is 1 away from being disqualified. Julian's been limited to just 16 minutes thus far. He has 6 points. Julian's about to have to sit. Joseph Pinion waits at the scorer's table as Thomas Dowd's at the line for the Trojans. First shot is good, puts Troy back on top at 51-50. Pinion comes in for Julian. Joseph with 5 points tonight, go along with 3 rebounds. He's played 19 minutes. Junior out of Morrilton had a career-high 23 last night in that semifinal win over South Alabama. Dowd hits both foul shots, puts Troy on top by 2. It's 52-50. Come the Red Wolves. As Troy goes to his own left wing. Ford for 3. Hits! Darian Ford puts A-State on top. It's 53-52. Ford with his second 3-ball of the night. 14:05 to go here in Pensacola. All right side. This is Miles Rigsby, guarded by DeAndre Dominguez. Give it bottom of the logo to Campbell. Mounts feed goes left side to Jones. Back to Cooper Campbell. Driving right side. It was poked away from behind by Terrence Ford. Goes out of bounds. We'll see Troy inbound underneath their own bucket with 8 on the shot clock. 13:49 remaining in the ball game as Jackson Fields comes back in. Randarius Jones will sit down. See Campbell do the honors on the inbounds. Red-headed freshman. It's an in right corner to Fields on the wing here. Miles Rigsby drives into the lane, jump stop, shot over 2 defenders, was blocked by Isaiah Nelson, and he got his own tip. Great defense by A-State's leading shot blocker. Now Terrence Ford gives right corner to Dominguez. Now DeAndre dribbles into the lane. The runner goes. 14 for the senior, DeAndre Dominguez. And he puts A-State up 3. It's 55-52. 13:20 remains. Now Connerway dribbles right side onto the wing, guarded by Darian Ford. Give it to Dowd. Left side to Campbell. Darian Ford out on him. Now Connerway dribbles down the middle of the lane, jump stop, dump it off to Dowd, and he scores it off the left side. Thomas Dowd flashing open on the block, got the easy score, and Troy's to within 1. 55-54. Terrence Ford, right wing to Dominguez, thought about the 3. And his pass intended for Terrence Ford, stolen away by Dowd. He's going to dunk it home and puts Troy back on top. It's 56-55. 12:40 remaining. Terrence Ford works it into the front court left side. Ford keeps his dribble up high, left wing to give to DeAndre. He penetrates, kicks it right wing to Darian Ford for 3. Misses long, but a whistle and a foul. They're going to get Tatum Connerway for the foul. That's his 3rd. And 3 shots are coming for number 3. Darian Ford going to the stripe here. The Magnolia native and 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Arkansas. 3 shots coming up. Darian bends his knees. First shot rims around and home. Darian with 8 points tonight off the bench to go along with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Well, Darian and DeAndre both, Darian Ford and DeAndre Dominguez, have been fantastic, providing some really valuable minutes off the bench for Brian Hodson's team. Second shot goes for Darian. 1 more coming. That one put A-State back on top at 57-56. 12:31 to go here in Pensacola. Now seeing 10 ties and 9 lead changes. Darian Ford able to hit all 3 foul shots, and A-State leads it by 2. It's 58-56. 12.5 to go here in Pensacola. Marcus Rigsby gives top of the circle to Jackson Fields. Fields dribble handoff right wing to Marcus Rigsby, guarded by DeAndre Dominguez. On the left side, this is Jackson Fields. Handed off to Tatum Connerway. Connerway what we're going to have here, because Jackson Fields was trying to set a screen on Darian Ford. Fields wasn't moving. Darian was trying to get around him. They get Darian Ford for the foul, his first, team's fourth. Both teams have been called for 14 fouls here in the first 8 minutes of this second half. Now Connerway drives right side, shot too hard off the glass, tips it up, shot no good, goes out of bounds. Off the effort for the rebound, it's off Troy. It'll be A-State basketball with 12:04 remaining here at the Pensacola Bay Center. A-State leading Troy 58-56. Red Wolves' largest lead has been 3. Troy led by as many as 9 back in the first half. Darian Ford. It's a bounce feed up ahead to DeAndre Dominguez. On left side, over to Terrence Ford. Looks in on Troy defense. Dominguez makes a shot fake. Give it right side over to Darian Ford. Darian dribbles down the middle of the lane, all the way to the bucket, scores it. Darian Ford gives A-State their biggest lead of the night. They're up 4 at 60-56. 11:35 remains here in Pensacola. Hear the chant of defense from the Scarlet and Black faithful. Left side, this is Valdez, guarded by Terrence Ford. Works the dribble to the foul line. Give it up high to Miles Rigsby. He dribbles inside. Shot off the window goes. Miles Rigsby. It's Troy back to within 2. It's 60-58. Now Terrence Ford, top of the key to DeAndre. Thought about the 3. Now goes right side back to Terrence. Right corner to DeAndre. Dominguez for 3. Yes! DeAndre Dominguez with 17 points off the bench, and he has A-State up 5 at 63-58. Inside 11 minutes to play. What a night for the senior, Marcus Rigsby. Now gives right side to his brother Miles Rigsby, guarded by Darian Ford. Left wing to Marcus Rigsby for 3, misses short. Rebound tip goes out of bounds. Off of Troy, it'll be A-State basketball after the media timeout. 10:33 remains here in Pensacola. Our score, A-State 63, Troy 58. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Every project is an opportunity, and every John Deere tractor is built for rising to the challenge. The Down-to-Earth package is built for breaking new ground. The Greenway Special is built for cutting time, not corners. And the Weekend Warrior is built for those who give it everything, even on their days off. It's your time and your land. Let Greenway help you make the most of it with 0% financing for 7 years. Visit GoGreenway.com to get started. With approved credit, see dealer for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2025.
Attention, members and guests.
This time of year, it's all about the madness. Meatball Madness from Lost Pizza, featuring the Preacher's Wife Pizza with pepperoni, Italian sausage, fresh Parmesan, and of course, meatballs. You're also going to love Lost Pizza's spaghetti and meatballs, the Meatball 2.0 sub, and the smothered meatballs with 6 meatballs covered in marinara and 4 different cheeses. Get caught up in the Meatball Madness at Lost Pizza. Visit their Southwest Drive or Hilltop location. Order at lostpizza.com and through the Lost Pizza app.
From the Sun Belt Tournament in Pensacola, Florida, this is A-State basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now back to the game.
Well, Centennial Bank's proud to support Red Wolves basketball. Centennial Bank building legacies, one Red Wolf at a time. And Arkansas State University wants you to become A-State made. Great minds, big hearts. That's the A-State difference. Visit go.astate.edu for details. In-game numbers brought to you by Arkansas State University. 10:33 remains here in Pensacola from the Sun Belt Championship game. A-State with their largest lead of the night. They're up 5, 63-58. Red Wolves now shooting 49% for the game. They're 19 of 39 from the field. A-State 8 of 17 from 3 for 47%. They're 17 of 21 from the line for 81%. Meanwhile, Troy shooting under 40%. They're at 39% for the game. They're 20 of 51 shooting. Trojans 5 of 17 from 3 for 29%. They're 13 of 18 from the foul line for 72%. A-State's turned it over 10 times. Troy's turned it over 5 times. Troy leads in points off turnovers 15-4. A-State does have a +1 advantage on the glass. They've out-rebounded Troy 28-27. DeAndre Dominguez has turned into a huge story in this ball game. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 block shots, and 16 minutes off the bench. The senior from Providence, Rhode Island. A huge reason why A-State has a 5-point lead right now. And Kobe Julian's on the bench with 4 fouls. Taryn Todd on the bench with 3 fouls. It's Dominguez, Nelson, along with Pinion and both forwards. Terrence and Darian out there for Brian Hodson's team. 10.5 minutes remain. Terrence forward gives left side to Darian. And Darian keeps his dribble up high as he's guarded by Victor Valdez. Dribbles out to the timeline. Now Darian drives left side, tried to scoop it off to Isaiah Nelson. Pass got broken up and it goes out of bounds off of Troy. The A-State basketball underneath their own bucket. 10:18 to go here in Pensacola. A-State looking for their second ever Sun Belt Conference Tournament Championship. Trying to go to their first NCAA tournament since 99 in 26 years. Isaiah Nelson, right side, moves it up top to Terrence Ford. Now Terrence drives right side, kick it out left corner to Darian. Open look at 3. Yes, sir! A-State up 8, 66-58. Darian Ford with 15 off the bench. Now right elbow, the shot misses short, and Isaiah Nelson with the rebound. Here comes A-State, they're pushing it back. Terrence Ford right side. This pass got behind Pinion, but Dominguez able to save the possession before it goes out of bounds on the far side. 9:35 remaining, and now we get a whistle and a foul. This is going to be on Marcus Rigsby. He committed the reach. Bay-State holds on. You got to look to those 2 bench players, Darian Ford and DeAndre Dominguez. They have been nothing short of phenomenal. Those 2 have combined for 32 points tonight. 32 of the 66 points have come from Dominguez and Darian Ford. Now Darian inbounds here to Terrence Ford. Guarded by Cooper Campbell. Terrence left side. High screen from Isaiah Nelson. Now Terrence drives right side of the lane all the way to the bucket. Shot off the window, no good. Rebound controlled by Troy. Here come the Trojans, 9:20 to go. Top of the circle, Marcus Rigsby faked the 3. Now drives and the dunk try blocked by Nelson, but they're going to say there was some body contact as he went up. It's Zay for his 3rd. 5th team foul. We'll see Miles Rigsby, go to the line. A 6'6" sophomore from Fort Worth, averaging 12 points, 79% foul shooting. Spins the ball in his hands, takes a dribble, bends his knees, a shot misses long. Troy now 13 of 19 from the stripe. Meanwhile, A-State 17 of 21 from the foul line. Red Wolves at 81% from the stripe. Second shot coming up here for Miles Rigsby. Trying to get Troy back to within 7, and he does. A-State's lead at 66-59 with 9:10 to go here at the Sun Belt Championship game in Pensacola. Top of the circle, this is Isaiah Nelson, makes a ball fake. Zay now drives it right side. He got bumped and lost the handle out of bounds. Jackson Fields made a little contact with Zay. That jarred the ball loose, and it goes out of bounds on the baseline. So A-State does turn it over. It's their 11th turnover of the night. 7 of those came in the first half. They tick inside 9 minutes here at the Pensacola Bay Center. A-State up 7, 66-59. Connerway gives right wing over to Miles Rigsby. Dominguez switches on to him. Now Rigsby works his way into the lane, gives to Fields. He goes up and draws the foul. They get Zay for the foul, and that's 4 on Isaiah Nelson. I don't know. And I'm not saying I don't know about the foul being committed. There were 3 black jerseys, and I don't know if Zay was the one that committed the foul. And Nelson is charged with his 4th. So he and Kobe Julian have committed 4 fouls as the first shot here by Jackson Fields rattles home. And Julian and Nelson with 4. Todd with 3 fouls. Todd and Julian both on the bench, and now Nelson is on the bench. Rashad Marshall comes in for Isaiah. Second free throw rims home. As Troy's back to within 5. 66-61, 8:40 remains here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Terrence Ford works the dribble right side, guarded by Campbell. Give it up high to Dominguez. Hand it back off to Terrence. The redshirt sophomore from Chicago gives to DeAndre. Right wing 3, misses short. Rebound knocked out of bounds. They said Darian Ford touched it last, so Troy will have possession of the basketball with 8:24 remaining. Darian Ford, Terrence Ford, along with Marshall, Dominguez, and Pinion. The 5 for Brian Hodgson here. Hear the chant of defense from the A-State faithful. Now driving right side. Connerway was not cut off. He took it all the way in for the score. Sunbelt Player of the Year gets Troy back to within 3 at 66-63 as we hit the 8-minute mark. Terrence Ford. It's a high screen from Marshall. Now backpedals with the dribble onto the logo. Screen from Pinion off the high pick and roll. Joseph has it. Now drives down the middle of the lane, and he lost it out of bounds. It'll belong to Troy after the media timeout. 7:50 remains here at the Pensacola Bay Center from the Sunbelt Championship game. Our score, A-State 66, Troy 63. Red Bulls basketball will continue in a moment.
You've been hearing a lot about Medicare as you approach age 65, and Woody Harrelson wants to help you learn about your options and make the decision that's best for you. Call Woody at 870-897-5000. That's 897-5000. Or come by 2512 Alexander Drive in Jonesboro today to learn how Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield Medicare plans offer the right peace of mind for your needs and budget. Woody Harrelson is a soliciting agent of Arkansas Blue Cross. Plans available only to residents of Arkansas.
At Centennial Bank, our focus has always been on the people and communities we serve, and that's something that will never change. We're passionate about the same things you are. That's why we're proud to support Arkansas State University and all our communities in Northeast Arkansas. Whether it's opening up a new account, online or mobile banking, or helping you with the perfect loan, our promise is to always be here for you. At Centennial Bank, we're banking with you in mind.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
The Scarlet and Black have a home right here. This is Red Wolves basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Well, Malco's Jonesboro Town Cinema and Jonesboro Studio Cinema at Greensboro Village both feature luxury reserved recliner seats, made-to-order grill items, that famous Malco popcorn, and movies. Reserve your seats today at Malco.com or in the Malco app. Matt Stoltz back with you from our cultural broadcast position here at the Pensacola Bay Center for the Sunbelt Championship game. A-State leading Troy 66-63 coming out of the next to last media timeout. Take a look at that Sunbelt scoreboard brought to you by First Security Bank. Bank better. Just one other game being played here in Pensacola today. It tipped off at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and what an afternoon it was as the A-State women punched their ticket to their first ever NCAA tournament. Destiny Rogers' team, who was picked 13th out of 14 teams in the Sunbelt's preseason poll, able to cut down the nets They took out a James Madison team that had gone a perfect 18-0 in conference play. Red Wolves coming from 17 down to do it. They were down 40-23 at one point. Closed the first half on a 9-0 run. They were down 8 at the intermission and able to come back and win it in overtime, 86-79. The Destiny Rogers team already with a historic day. The A-State men trying to make it a clean sweep for the Scarlet and Black. And that Sunbelt scoreboard brought to you by First Security Bank. Troy basketball coming out of the media timeout. Darian Ford will guard Tatum Connerway as he works his way across the timeline. Dribbles right side. Dominguez switches on to Tatum Connerway. Now Fields gets it in the lane to Miles Rigsby. Rigsby pushed off. He pushed off. Good defense by Darian Ford. He was holding his ground. Darian Ford, that lockdown defender for Brian Hodson's team, has been all season long. Darian with a plus 13, plus minus tonight. DeAndre Dominguez is a plus 17. Both those guys providing huge minutes off the bench. Terrence Ford, high screen from DeAndre. Now Terrence keeps his dribble up high. Now drives right side, and he was tripped up on his pack to the bucket. He was trying to penetrate and kick out to Darian Ford. Foul called on Jackson Fields. That's his fourth, so he's one away from being disqualified. And A-State now shooting the bonus for these final 7 minutes and 14 seconds. That was the 7th team foul committed by Troy. We'll see Terrence Ford go to the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Theo Sang will check back in for Troy. Jackson Fields has a seat. And Marcus Rigsby and Jackson Fields both with 4. So 2 players for each team have 4 fouls. It's Nelson and Julian for the Red Wolves. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Rebound Troy, and it's still a 3-point A-State advantage at 66-63. Here come the Trojans. So we hit the 7-minute mark. Theo Sang, bottom of the logo, gives left side to Campbell. Back to Tatum Connerway. He drives down the middle of the lane. Shot goes. Tough shot for the Sunbelt Player of the Year. Connerway able to get Troy back to within 1 at 66-65. 6:40 to go here in Pensacola. Now Terrence Ford gets through a couple of defenders, takes it all the way to the bucket, and kisses it home. Terrence Ford puts A-State on top by 3 at 68-65. Julian had checked back in a moment ago, out there playing with Ford. Now Tatum Connerway works it right side, takes it all the way in and scores it. Off the window, Tatum Connerway gets Troy back to within 1 now at 68-67. Timeout is called. This is a 30-second timeout called by the Trojans. We'll go ahead and take this opportunity to pause 10 seconds for station identification on all of our stations, including our friends at KWAK in Stuttgart. You're listening to Red Wolves Basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Your home for Red Wolves Basketball, 107.9 KFIN Jonesboro. Listen to KFIN wherever you go on the EAB Media Group app, powered by More Air Conditioning.
6:10 remains here in Pensacola. Matt Stokes with you from our Hydro broadcast position here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Among a really nice contingent of folks wearing scarlet and black. Folks from all over, including fans from this part of the country that don't get to see A-State at home very often. Former Red Wolf Adam Sternberg has been out the last couple of days. Got to visit with him yesterday. He was here for the semifinal. A-State with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Now Dominguez dribbles to the foul line. Give it right corner to Darian Ford for 3. No good. Missed it long, and off the backside rebound. Troy able to corral it, and Thomas Dowd was fouled by Joseph Pinion. That's 3 on Pinion. 7th team foul committed by the Red Wolves in the second half. So each team has committed 7 team fouls, and both teams now shooting the bonus for these final 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Thomas Dowd will go to the line here to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Down on the season, a 71% foul shooter, averaging 10 points and a team high 7 rebounds. Front end is up and through. It ties it up at 68 apiece. For Thomas Dowd. Just had a feeling this would go down to the wire with 2 co-champions in the Sun Belt's regular season. Dowd hit them both. Troy back on top, 69-68. Terrence Ford works it into the front court. And it left wing to Darian Ford. Makes a ball fake. Works his way inside the perimeter. Now top of the circle to Terrence. Right wing over to DeAndre Dominguez. Shot clock still at 12. And Terrence Ford gives up high to Darian Ford. Shot clock at 6. Terrence has to make something happen. He drives right side of the lane. Kick it out to Pinion. 4-3. Misses short. Shot clock was winding down. Troy able to come out with the rebound. Here come the Trojans with 5:15 to play. They lead it by 1. Connerway drives underneath. Kick it out left wing to Thomas Dowd. He makes a ball fake. Now works his way down the middle of the lane. Shot off the window is good. And Thomas Dowd was fouled. 3-point chance for the Trojans with 5:05 remaining here in Pensacola. That was DeAndre Dominguez. 3rd foul. We'll see Dowd go to the line to try to complete a 3-point opportunity. 8th team foul committed by the Red Wolves in the second half. Dowd will be at the stripe, trying to put Troy on top by 4. Now bends his knees. The shot up and through, and Troy leads at 72-68. Isaiah Nelson will check back into the ball game for Kobe Julian. And Julian sits down with his 4 fouls. Nelson checks in playing with 4. Isaiah Nelson, Darian Ford, Terrence Ford, Joseph Pinion, and now Terran Todd back on the floor for A-State. So we hit the 5-minute mark. High wing, Terran makes a ball fake. Right corner to Pinion for 3. No good. Backside rebound controlled by Troy. Dowd able to come down with it. 4:45 remains here in Pensacola. Sun Belt Championship game. A-State trailing Troy 72-68. Connerway spins into the lane. Shot goes for Connerway. He has 13, and Troy is back on top by 6 at 74-68. Todd dribbles onto the right side. Terran keeps his dribble. Feed to right corner to Pinion on the baseline to Nelson. Turn. Shot no good. Rebound fought for. Troy able to come out with it. 4:20 to go. Here come the Trojans, leading it by 6 at 74-68. Connerway works his way. Oh, he was about to walk into the front court, and he took too long. It's a 10-second violation. Tayton Connerway lost track of the clock. And a 10-second call will turn it back over to the Red Wolves. With 4:10 remaining here at the Pensacola Bay Center. So A-State gets a little bit of a break there. Darian Ford will get it inbounds to Terrence Ford. A-State trying to cut into a 6-point deficit. Terrence works the dribble right side, right corner to Darian now. Darian puts it on the floor, giving up high to Terrence. We hit the 4-minute mark. High screen from Joseph Pinion. Campbell out on Terrence Ford. Shot clock at 5. Terrence keeps his dribble. Right elbow. Giving left wing to Terran Todd for 3. Misses short. Rebound goes to a hustling Darian Ford. He cleans up the mess. It's A-State back to within 4 at 74-70. 3:40 remaining. Now Campbell into the front court. What about Terrence Ford? High screen from Theo Sang. Campbell drives, shot off the window goes. The freshman puts Troy on top by 6 at 76-70. Red Wolves trying to answer right back. Taryn Todd left side. Now drives all the way to the bucket. Taryn shot off the glass, no good. Followed by Nelson, won't go. And Troy able to get the rebound. 3:10 remains. Now Connerway drives left side all the way to the bucket. Shot goes. Dayton Connerway with a tough bucket puts Troy on top by 8, 78-70. 3 minutes remain here in Pensacola. Taryn Todd left side. High screen from Nelson. Now works it to the elbow. His pull-up, no good. Rebound tip by Pinion into the hands of Nelson. His shot blocked, and Troy gets the deflection. Nelson falls on top of Connerway. And that'll be the 5th foul on Isaiah Nelson. Isaiah Nelson has fouled out with 2:46 to go here in Pensacola. And that'll take us to the final media timeout. Our score from the Pensacola Bay Center at the Sun Belt Championship game. Troy 78, A-State 70. This is Arkansas State basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
What does it mean to be taken care of? And to know that the people around you are taken care of too? What does it feel like to trust that you'll be able to get health care, to prevent illness, and to help you heal? Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 70 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Energize game day with 7 Brew Coffee Jonesboro at Red Wolf Installings on your way to cheer on the A-State Red Wolves all season long. Stop in pregame or postgame 7 days a week. Open until 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday until 11 for those late nights every Friday and Saturday. 7 Brew Coffee offers the best variety of beverages, iced and hot, with lots of sugar-free options available. Drive through 7 Brew Coffee for a drink packed with energy. 7 Brew is a proud supporter of A-State Athletics.
From the Sun Belt Tournament in Pensacola, Florida, this is A-State Basketball on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield, presented by Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now, back to the game.
Well, Red Wolves basketball is brought to you in part by Bud Light, proud sponsor of A-State Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. 2:46 remains here at the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. A-State trailing Troy coming out of the final media timeout, 78-70. Score update brought to you by Saracen Casino and Bet Saracen Sportsbook. Well, the Red Wolves were up just moments ago, but Troy's got on a 13-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. They've hit their last 7 shots from the field, and A-State has gone cold. They're one of their last 9. Troy with an 8-point lead coming out of this final media timeout. And the Sun Belt Player of the Year, Dayton Connerway, will be at the line. In the meantime, Isaiah Nelson and committed the foul just before the media timeout. His 5th, so he's been disqualified.
Shooting 1-1.
It's Terrence Ford along with Darian Ford, Kobe Julian, Joseph Pinion, and DeAndre Dominguez. That's the 5 for Brian Hodson here as A-State tries to come back here in the final 2:46. Front end of the 1-1 is good for Dayton Connerway. Troy has matched their largest lead of the night. Trying to go on top by double digits for the first time. Shot up and through for Connerway. Troy leads it by 10. It's 80-70. 2:45 remains here in Pensacola. Terrence Ford, right side, works it onto the wing. Give it up top to DeAndre. Dominguez gives left side to Darian Ford. Darian keeps his dribble. Now gives on the baseline to Julian. He goes up for the reverse, and it was blocked. Troy gets the deflection. 2:25 to go. Troy with the ball. They lead it by 10. It's 80-70. Conaway works it into the front court, guarded by Darian Ford. Conaway keeps his dribble, works it right side. Pinion reached in and knocked it loose. And on the scramble for the loose ball, we get a whistle and a foul. Comes with 2:12 remaining. 80-70, Troy on top. Trojans trying to go to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2017. Phil Cunningham, who's now an assistant coach at ULM, was the head coach for Troy in that season 8 years ago. Red Wolves, though, with 2:12 still on the clock, but they need something big to happen, and they need that to happen quick. It's the first shot by Miles Rigsby is good. Troy up 11. It's 81-70. Ryan Hodson giving instructions from that A-State bench. Rigsby bends his knees. The shot up and through. Troy's up a dozen. 82-70. 2:10 remaining in the game. Terrence Ford, high screen from Julian. Give it right side to Pinion. Back to Kobe. Driving right side. Shot goes off the window. Kobe Julian gets A-State back to within 10. It's 82-72. 2 minutes to go. Now down. Gives to Campbell in the backcourt. And we get a whistle. A stop and play with $1:55 remaining. 82-72 Troy. The Trojans have caught fire down the stretch. The Red Wolves had taken an 8-point advantage at 66-58. But since then, Troy has outscored the Red Wolves 24-6. A minute 55 to go. The officials have gone over to the monitor. And A-State has already lost Isaiah Nelson, who picked up his 5th foul. Kobe Julian's playing with 4. Red Wolves await the call from the officials. Isaiah Nelson, you can tell he's disappointed, but claps his hands and trying to encourage his team as they huddle up here. A minute 55 to go. It's been such a historic season. The 24 wins, a new school record. Red Wolves end this championship game for a second straight year, trying to avoid having their hearts broken again. They lost to James Madison a year ago.
They'll have a spot to roll in on the baseline, but they will get a new 10 seconds.
We will see Troy inbound here with the length of the floor to go. 1:55 still on the clock. Tatum Conaway gets set to inbound with DeAndre Dominguez guarding him. 82-72 Troy. Conaway gets it in here to Thomas Dowd. Dowd is trapped in the backcourt. Now gets it up to Tatum Conaway. Conaway drives into the lane. His shot goes off the glass. Tatum Conaway, a big part of this Troy run late in the game. He's got 19, and Troy's up a dozen. Now Terrence Ford, right wing for 3, misses short. Rebound knocked loose. Julian has it. Kobe goes up and gets fouled. Stops play with a minute 32 remaining.
Fouls on number 4, Miles Rigsby, his 4th.
Miles Rigsby called for his 4th foul. 8th team foul. Was on the shot, so Kobe will shoot 2 here. A-State trailing Troy 84-72. Kobe Julian. First shot coming up here. Bends his knees. It is up and rattles home. Kobe with 8 points. He's been playing with 4 fouls for a while now. Second shot for the 7th-year senior from Baton Rouge, up and through. He's at 10 points now. Kobe in double figures. A-State down 10, 84-74. Terrence Ford was going for the steal and ended up committing the reach. Troy will go down to the other end. Now looks to be on Terrence Ford. That's just the second on Terrence. A-State has committed 10 team fouls. So Troy in the double bonus these final 90 seconds. Miles Rigsby at the stripe here. Miles Rigsby, 79% from the foul line on the year. Top 5 in the league, and free throws made. He's 6th in the conference in free throw percentage. First shot up and through. This is the guy they want at the line. Trying to put Troy on top by a dozen again. The second shot. Spins the ball in his hands, takes an extra dribble, bends his knees, the free throw rims home. Troy leads it 86-74, 90 seconds to play. Terrence Ford picks it up in the front court, give it left side to Pinion. In the left corner to Darian Ford for 3. No good. Tipped up by Pinion, won't go. Troy able to control the rebound. Thomas Dowd came out with it. Now Campbell gives to Miles Rigsby. Rigsby left side over to Tayton Connerway. They'll slow things up. Cooper Campbell guarded by Joseph Pinion. Campbell gives right side over to Theo Sang. Sang scoops it off to Campbell. And his pass stolen away by Pinion. Here comes Joseph. He'll lay it home. Pinion cuts it down to 10. 86-76 with 59 seconds to play. Now Miles Rigsby works the dribble to the foul line. Kicks it out to Cooper Campbell. Dominguez will reach in and commit the foul. That's 4 on DeAndre. What an effort by DeAndre Dominguez tonight. And 23 minutes off the bench. 17 points. He's 5 of 8 from the field. 3 of 4 from deep. 4 of 4 from the line. 4 rebounds and 4 block shots for the A-State big man. Campbell, 2 shots coming with 52.3 seconds to go. The freshman from Puyallup, Washington, able to knock down the first. Cooper Campbell with the second shot. It is up and through, and Troy leads it by a dozen again. It's 88-76 with 52 seconds to play. Terrence Ford into the front court left side. Keeps his dribble on the wing. Now goes down the middle of the lane. He goes up and loses it out of bounds. Lost the handle out of bounds on the baseline. Troy touched it last. It will be A-State basketball. So Terrence Ford will inbound underneath his own bucket. Jackson Fields will check back into the ball game as Theo Sang gets a big ovation as he heads to that Troy bench. Terrence Ford gets it in right corner to Pinion, falling away for 3. Tough shot goes. A-State down 9. It's 88-79. Now Fields trapped in the backcourt. Gets it over to Tayton Connerway. Connerway will be fouled from behind by Joseph Pinion. Stops play with 38.3 seconds remaining. That's 4 on Pinion. 78-79 Troy. Tayton Connerway, the Sun Belt Player of the Year, with 19.6 rebounds tonight. The first shot up and through. Connerway had a career high against the Red Wolves in that first meeting back in January. That was the game that A-State won at Troy, 84-78. Jackson Fields will check out, gets a big hug from his head coach, Scott Cross. Second shot for Connerway is good. Makes it 90-79 Troy with 38 seconds to go. Put it into Terrence Ford. Ford will work it into the front court. Terrence, bottom of the logo to DeAndre. Right side to Kobe Julian for 3. No good. Rebound goes to Dominguez. His shot goes off the right side. A-State down 9. It's 90-81 with 27 seconds remaining. Now A-State trying to go for the steal. As Darian Ford and DeAndre Dominguez were there to try to trap, but they're going to get Dominguez for the foul, and that'll be 5 on DeAndre. So he's fouled out. Again, DeAndre was magnificent. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 block shots in 24 minutes. He left it all on the floor. But he was fouled out with 24.9 seconds to go. Let's see Avery Felts head over toward the scorer's table. So Felts on the floor in place of Dominguez. He's out there with Pinion, Terrence Ford, Darian Ford, and Kobe Julian. 24.9 seconds to play. Troy on top of the Red Wolves, 90-81. Miles Rigsby able to hit the first. Another shot coming here. Shot on the big screen here at the Pensacola Bay Center as DeAndre Dominguez bent over in frustration on that A-State bench. He played his heart out tonight. Second shot by Miles Rigsby is good. Troy leads at 92-81. 20 seconds to go here in Pensacola. Joseph Pinion, his left wing to Kobe Julian. Drives into the lane. Give it right corner to Darian Ford. His three rattles in and out. Rebound tip controlled by Troy. They'll work it into the front court. Now Theo Sang will be fouled by Terrence Ford. Stops play with 6.3 seconds remaining. I think Terrence thought Sang was going to try to go in and dunk it. Terrence didn't want that to happen. He committed the foul. Theo Sang will go to the stripe here to shoot two. First shot rims around at home. Troy about to go to the NCAA tournament for the first time since the 2016-2017 campaign, and Red Wolves will have to wait at least another year. The second shot is up and through. 5 seconds to go. Darian Ford into the front court. He'll put up a three on the wing. The shot misses long, and that'll do it. Our final score at the Sun Belt Championship game in Pensacola, Florida. Troy 94, A-State 81. Troy with their 23rd win of the season, their 6th win in a row, 8th in their last 9, begins their celebration on the floor here in Pensacola. Meanwhile, A-State falls to 24-10 on the season. Isaiah Nelson putting his hands up towards the A-State crowd, giving thanks to the crowd here in Pensacola. And these players and coaches feel the love. What a great contingent of A-State fans that have made the trip